Everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
52-year-old Robert Petrosh is a Marine Corps veteran. He is also a New Jersey resident. He was seen on surveillance video inside the Capitol on January 6th. While he was inside the building, Petrosh said to officers, quote, "Give us Nancy and we will leave." And following his illegal actions at the Capitol, Petrosh then texted a friend and he said, quote, "Got your souvenir, microphone from Congress Hall." Petrosh then later admitted to the FBI that he did in fact steal not just one, but two microphones from Nancy Pelosi's lectern. I'm going to assume that that was before Adam Johnson jacked it, tried to sneak it out of the building. Anyway, Petrosh was arrested on May 4th. He was charged with the standard 4 misdemeanors, entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. However, he was then later charged with an additional misdemeanor of theft of government property, and that was with a value under $1,000 for the theft of the microphone. So they discovered that later. They charged him with that in addition. In all, he was looking at up to 4 years in prison, up to thousands of dollars in fines. But he took a plea deal. He took a plea deal just a few months ago in January, and he pleaded guilty to the 1 count of theft. That one crime, it comes with a maximum sentence of up to 1 year in prison and up to $100,000 in fines. In court, Petrosh's attorney called his client a, quote, misdirected tourist with some misguided beliefs. He also said that although Petrosh was remorseful for what he did on January 6th, he still believes that the election was stolen, and he said he may never vote again because he believes that it was stolen. That's a shame. Anyway, the attorney also knew exactly which buttons to push with this jackass judge. Unfortunately, this case was presided over by Judge Trevor McFadden. This is Mr. If I wasn't working that day, I probably would have gone to the Capitol and terrorized people myself. Petrosh's attorney obviously knows that it's obvious if you read any of the transcripts. He obviously knows this judge is a massive right-wing hack pretending to be an impartial judge, because this attorney brought up how unfair the requested 120-day jail sentence is compared to how the BLM protesters were treated not last summer, but the summer of 2020, and how protesters of Brett Kavanaugh receive far less punishment. The guy who's accused of trying to rape someone in high school, and people went and protested, didn't break anything, didn't harm anyone, didn't break into the building. They just protested. They just stopped the proceeding for a couple minutes, and then they left without any fuss. But yeah, trying to overturn the government, trying to overthrow an election is the same. Not the same thing at all. And anyone who still believes that the BLM protesters got off easy compared to the Capitol attackers, you're Fox News brainwashed racist morons. And you have not bothered to research the subject because everything is out there. Cops literally hunted BLM protesters. They charged them with federal crimes when there was no reason to charge them with federal crimes. They literally grabbed them off the street, threw them into unmarked vans, and drove off with them. These people had no idea where they were going, what was being done to them. All of their devices were taken from them. If you don't know about any of that, it's because you're not looking for it. It's because you don't want to know. So anyway, back to Petrosh. To his credit, God knows, he doesn't deserve much, but Judge McFadden did say that Petrosh disrespected the nation when he confronted officers that day, when he was yelling at them to hand over Pelosi. He was apparently smoking in the rotunda. However, remember, this is one of the idiot judges who doesn't know how to read and interpret the law. So he believes, this Judge McFadden, or at least he pretends to believe, that he can't impose a punishment of both jail time and probation. He thinks that that's not allowed. So McFadden sentenced Petrosh to only 10 days in jail, and then he ordered him to pay a $1,000 fine, $938 in restitution. And because he could potentially sell these microphones for more, he ordered Petrosh to return these mics within 30 days. Here's the thing. This is what I was thinking about with this case. I am no way, in any way, shape, or form, a Jenna Ryan fan, but I find it an outrageous miscarriage of justice when someone like her, someone who just entered the Capitol, walked around, and left, didn't steal anything, didn't commit any acts of violence, didn't threaten anyone. She got 60 days in jail, and then roughly the same financial penalties as this guy. And then Adam Johnson, the guy who I referenced earlier, that, he took the lectern, he took Pelosi's lectern, but he didn't actually leave the building with it. He left it there. He got 75 days in jail. On top of that, he got 200 hours of community service, 1 year of probation, and then a combined $5,500 in fines and restitution fees. So if that doesn't prove that this judge is a complete Retrumplican sellout, I don't know what does. Petrosh deserves far more time behind bars, and they need to keep an eye on him in the midterms and in 2024. So to not give him any kind of probation, any kind of supervised release is ridiculous. He basically just got a pass for stealing government property. And he's not even trying to hide the fact that he still believes Trump's fairy tale about the stolen election. So I have no doubt whatsoever that we are going to see and hear about this guy again. These judges need to go. They need to be removed from the bench. They clearly cannot impose impartial judgment on these January 6th defendants. Anyway, guys, if I hear more, I'll let you know. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.